Well, I'm live. Welcome, everyone. How you doing? Happy belated Veterans Day to all of the soldiers around the world, across the globe, who served, lost their lives, giving the ultimate sacrifice. To you guys, I would say respect, not just happy Veterans Day, obviously. So that's not something that's cool. Let's see here. Just pulling up all the details that I need whilst waiting for people to pop in. Cool. Cool. Well, the live chat's all that in front of me. Excellent. So I hope everyone's doing really well, keeping yourself happy and safe and sound. Quite a manic, but hey, Coins and Art, what's up? Dude, that's super awesome to see you. Dude, you were like super early this morning. How are you? I hope you're doing really well, bud. I do have coins this time, man. I got in trouble last time on the live stream on Tuesday for not having coins, didn't I? But I also have even more coins, so there you go. Sublime Mad Dog's in the house as well. How are you doing, buddy? Right, that's cool, man. Well, I've just taken medication about half an hour ago, so hopefully, fingers crossed that yeah, I can carry on with this stream. But I got some really fun stuff. So I mean, it's a TGIF day. Thank God it's Friday. Just in case anyone doesn't really know. I kind of thought, well, let's make it some fun and just have general chit chat. If anyone does want to pop up, let me know. I'll send you a link to StreamYards, and you're more than welcome to join the channel. I'm more than happy to have you guys as guests. It's always fun. I do appreciate the community, and it is a lot of fun. Just having a look here. Just want to check something out. So I want to give a big shout out to one of my friends as well. Let's see here. I missed Captain Jerk's stream this morning. Sadly, I woke up and he was, he said live, but he was already, asleep. So that kind of sucked, really. But yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to Eminem Prospecting. One of the main kind of guys doing some stuff. Dude, everything makes me loopy around here. I swear to God. But huge news. Oh, well, I say huge news. It's huge news for me. Being as young as I am, and finally getting the dates right. I actually spoke with financial advisor yesterday, and guess what? In 5 years' time, 5 years, I'm going to be 110% mortgage free. Dude, that's super cool, and that's really awesome because, of course, we did have to take out a mortgage early on with kids and all, whatnot. So my accident, but oh well. You haven't had much time to stop in to see me. Oh, dude, that's cool. So it's good to jump on here for a bit. Well, dude, that's super awesome as well. I do appreciate it. I know 5 years, but that's it. 5 years. It comes to the end of the life of the mortgage, basically. And you're thinking, is it that long already? Holy cow. Now, granted, we could have actually taken out more money to build because I have plans for the house. We have them drawn up, the same as what our neighbor has. So luckily we use the same architect, and because our houses are mirrored, he only had to flip over the piece of paper. So that was awesome. And so in the UK, you have to do a lot of planning, and it sucks, okay? But we have that all approved. Of course, we have to re-register if we really do. But essentially, we would double our house. That means we have to borrow more. But we thought, no, forget that. We're fine as we are. We're happy. So that's how it is. So that's super cool. Eileen, how are you, my man? Good to see you, dude. Eileen, let me have a serious one-to-one for a second with you, my man. Check out the terms and conditions on the forum. Okay, please check out the terms and conditions. You know, half of me wanted to be really evil and not mention it. Check out the terms and conditions, but I'll tell you, you'll have to do it. Hold on a sec. I think there's someone here. Other here. Right. Okay. Right. That's a cobble. I don't know if you guys heard it, but the alarm beeped and something popped through the door. You're welcome. You're definitely welcome, my man. No, heck no. Seriously, I mean, do you know what that means? Because we took advice really early on how to ensure to capitalize and to get the most out of our mortgage. And, it doesn't work for everybody, but it worked in our circumstances where, basically you just pay more, obviously. And yeah, it worked out super awesome. Dude, this is freaking. You have no idea how liberating that's going to be. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alexander, welcome in, my man. Good news by the way, since Alexander's popped in, we have the boxes done. They're being packaged and shipped off. If you guys don't know as well, they're actually being made in France by my friend. He lives in France now. So he shipped them off to me. That's cool. It only takes a couple of days. It's fine. And then, of course, I send them off all over the world. I didn't realize I'm actually shipping these all over the world. And it's going to be freaking awesome. So I'm super pleased about that. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, as I say, yeah, absolutely zero refinancing period. There's no way. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Never will do it again. So, right, essentially, as you guys can see, I have some silly coins in front of me. These are all the coins I reviewed. You guys have seen them already. I am digging through what I'm going to keep. Now, essentially, I'm just having a brief look. I can't remember which one I touched. But I'm just having a look at the Scorpion side, see which is the least one that has the mark on the top. That one seems to have a prominent one. That one, I'm going to keep this one. So these three are going back to the Silver Trader. The Britannia is staying with me. The Pirates of the Caribbean is staying with me. I didn't realize I actually was collecting it. As much as I love the Germania, I'm going to send it back because I'm not really collecting any more Germanias at this time. Shrek, I thought was a really cool coin. I'm still a bit unsure. That's a maybe. The Tigers, as lovely as they are, I'm not collecting them because I missed out. I had already skipped and missed them. So these Tigers are a definite miss. They're going back. But we knew that, and it was cool. So I'm not collecting this dinosaur series, so that'll go back. And I'm definitely not collecting the 007s. I started off, but this is no. I'll end my series with that. You guys know how I felt on that video. I didn't like that. Dude, absolutely. Hold on, let me pop this in 1 sec, man. Hit the more button, post a comment. I would absolutely love it, my man. There you go. Pop in. Coins and art. Seriously, let's have some fun, enjoy ourselves. And the Shrek coin here, and I'm still undecided. So I got 3 pieces of silver that I know I'm going to buy. So that's cool. These I know I'm sending back. And the reason why is I have to obviously kind of pick and plan what I'm doing ahead of time. So Shrek and Donkey, I do like. No, let me just not buy that for now. I want to, but I'm not. Let's see here. Is he up yet? Is he on the thing? No, it's not up yet. I'm just waiting to see if he shows up on the panel. So Yeah, man, you guys can. Oh, we got a guess. We'll see. That's coin art. Definitely add you to the stream, my man.
What is up? What's up? What's up? Hey, I'm just showing the back camera because I just woke up.
Well, good
But
morning.
this is some of the cyclonic. So this is the company I started.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Cyclonic Silver,
Yeah, I think I got you on Instagram as well.
and I just wanted to show you a couple pieces. Now, if I can get them out of the bag without getting them all fingerprinted up. Uno momento, por favor.
Right, I popped you on the large screen, so there you go.
Right. Awesome.
No worries.
So this is my heart that I did. Did a textured heart.
Yeah. It's
And
hammered as well. Yeah.
right.
Totally.
This one is a big one. This is 3.10 ounces.
Wow. Doesn't
This
look
is,
big, but yeah.
that's for someone you love. And then we have now.
By love,
I
you mean you can throw
use.
it at their head, right?
What was that?
By love, you mean you can throw it at their head, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. Just show the love. Now, when I do my silver, the one thing that I do that I want to be different with mine is I take like normally 4 hours to clean my silver. So for each piece. Now this right here is a texture that I made. I don't know there we go. But it looks like the shape of Africa, which is really cool.
Okay, so I'm sorry. To be fair, I actually thought it was a tire tread. I know that sounds silly. I'm not trying to disrespect you.
But that's what it looks like. It looks like tire tread, but it's. I mean, to pour molten silver on a tire, that would be kind of dangerous.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm goofy, but not that goofy.
Dude, I've seen some really crazy people doing stuff.
But the shine I get on it, it's.
I love that mirror finish.
Yeah, I love doing it, and I go all the way up to I think it's 22,000 on my on the sandpaper.
Yeah.
So I go super high, and then I have two more pieces to show real quick. This next piece that I'm showing is also a textured piece, but these little ones, the ones that have the textures on them, I call them pocket pieces. And the main reason for that is, were you ever a kid and you had like teachers would give you something and tell you it was called a worry stone? Like if you couldn't concentrate or if you were worried about something, you had a rock that you would have in your pocket, and one side.
That you rubbed.
What was that?
Yeah, you used to rub it.
Yeah, and one side would be textured to make you think, and the other side would be smooth to make you worry less.
Yeah. Welcome in, David, by the way.
This is, I don't know if you could see them or not, but these are like little hands.
Yeah, that's cool.
If it focuses.
I can see it. I mean, it looks like
they're little hands.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not going to show up that well. But on the back is that smooth mirror finish too.
Wow.
Like it takes me a long time to get that. I mean, there's times I'm like, that's enough. And then I sit there and think, I can't make it look different than the piece prior. So I got to make them all uniform. And then this is my channel round. This is my cyclonic round. You see the tornado on it?
I do. Well, the cyclone, yeah.
Yeah, the cyclone.
Gotta promote it,
this
man.
One, this is the big boy. This is the biggest pour I've done yet.
Wow, okay.
4.3 ounces.
I like it a lot. I think that is super cool. I think what you've done, I can tell where you've gone around the edges to avoid the actual image. So yeah, but that's cool.
I love how it turned out. I want to get. I was thinking about toning this one because I went and bought some of that liver of sulfur.
Yep.
And I was thinking about toning just the around the cyclone, but I haven't made up my mind yet because I like how it looks now.
Well, by now you should know my opinion on toning. I am against toning. If
Yeah,
I have anything that's toned in my collection that I can't give a quick wipe with a Goddard cloth, it gets melted.
right. And that's the one thing like that I've learned with pouring. There's so many things I want to do, and of course I sell this stuff, but I haven't sold much. So whenever I get tired of looking at a piece, if I want to pour more, instead of going out and buying more, I can just remelt it. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, see, I still have some of the stuff that I started off with from a really early age, like what was it, 3 or 4 years ago.
Right.
And it's still on my website. It hasn't sold. That's fine. Just some of the original pours and the first Ace Bullion rounds. Now they weren't the prettiest, but I kept them on there because you know even if they're not going to sell, then well, my kids will get them, so I'm not bothered about that.
Right.
And also, I've also had to invest, as you know, into the whole hallmarking side of things. So
Right.
that's kind of a kicker.
That's one thing that I wish we had over here in the U.S. And I was actually talking to Sandy about it the other day because her and I bounce ideas off of each other. And I said, it would be so cool to send in stuff, get my stuff homeworked. But then I said, the price that it would cost me to get it homeworked, that would be sort of defeating the purpose.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, at the end of the day, it kind of has one or two different things. I mean, there's I got a link which I put up. Do you have any silver around the house? It's like 925, like cutlery or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's stamped. It has a hallmark on it.
Right.
And you can take a look and find that person, whether it be 10 years ago or 300 years ago. Well, not 300, but I think it's like 100 and something odd years. But you can find out who that was, when they made it, what year it was stamped.
That's cool.
Well, yeah. Let me. What I'll do is I'll actually stick a link in because I'm on there, which is really really cool. It's quite special, and
China.
you have to be a recognized pour. And I mean, the whole thing about pouring, or artistry, or I don't know what you want to call it,
Artwork.
silversmiths, whatever, is having some kind of recognition, in some ways, I guess. And that's kind of why I like, to have mine as hallmark. I think it's just beautiful.
Well, that's one thing that I really enjoy about the hallmark is, like you said, you can go back to see, who made it, and when it was done. That's the reason I got into coin collecting itself, was because I loved the idea of having, like, just say Morgan dollars, for instance. I loved having them just to, sit there and, I don't want to say fantasize because that sounds really bad, but wonder who held it. I mean, if it was slid across the bar in the Old West to pay for a round of drinks, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. That's what got me into the whole history of coins. And I've been on YouTube for, I think, 3 or 4 years. And I continuously learn every day. I mean, there's, like, today I just realized I was watching a video from the Spectacular, and just by watching his video, I learned that the 2021 ASE mint box, like the monster box from Philadelphia, was $27,000, but the one from San Francisco was, I think it was 18,940. it's just the difference in the price in it. But it's, once again, it's something that I learned, which makes it all worth it to me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've seen it, but I popped a link in chat. And that's actually a link to the hallmarking side. And you could actually look at pretty much anyone that's done anything there.
I did see the link. I'm actually going to screenshot it right now because I'm on my cell phone.
Oh, right.
So I just screenshot it so I can type that link in later.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. It's, well, and here, what I'll do is I'll click on it just to kind of give you an idea, because it's something that I think is just amazing. But here we are. So I'm going to slide over the camera so you guys can see here. So you can see these are silver marks. Now, I've clicked on the Edinburgh Index one, so that's why you guys will see Edinburgh. So the first one that's up here is ANC, and there's a whole bunch of really weird ones, which was registered in April 1939. And you can see there's a couple of companies who had it, which was a candle holder and tray mount, and where they were based. Well, if I scroll down, I mean, I'm looking at things from like 1773 ANS, yep, 1775, and they did spoons and tongs. Well, the next one's down. If I scroll a little bit, oh my God, wait a minute, who's that guy? Oh, wait, Ace Bullion.
That is
And of course,
so
it
cool.
says registered in 2019. And of course, because it's still current, I have a direct link to my website, which is, well, really, really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, now I've had that set up. It's not my page, so it's not, anything I can control, but it's something that, people can actually see and enjoy, and it's a lot of fun. Hey, Reg, how you doing, my man? Good morning.
I'm sorry I'm not able to see chat, or I have to keep popping back and forth. Reg,
That's
how
okay.
you doing? Alexander, how you doing? David Carlisle, Island, Sublime, how you guys doing today? There we go.
All right, this will not interest you at all, really. It probably will interest a lot of folks there, but do you know why I'm super excited right now? And it's not because I got a kilo bar in front of me, which I poured, because
No, well,
there's something far more valuable than that kilo bar.
Is that what you were talking about earlier, your mortgage?
No. The mortgage, I mean, dude, I'm happy as heck about that. 5 years left. I mean, come on. How many people will be able to say at my age that, yeah, I have no mortgage?
Exactly.
So, no, I mean, this is one of...
That's super cool, man. I love that.
Yeah, it's one of 2 kilobars that I poured, but because we're on A000-3 is the next one. This is the first one I ever poured. Did it live in front of everybody. God knows how long ago, but it was insane. And it's it's just beautiful. I love it.
Man, me and you and I might have to have a little discussion about that one right there.
Well, no, I'm sorry. The discussion is no one's getting this far. But if you do want, well, see, here's the thing about, by the way, hallmarking. Bars in the UK like this, or, it pretty much has to be a bar. So like a 10-ounce bar, a 1-ounce bar. This is the kilo bar. They do not require by law hallmarking. So I as hell don't send this in so they don't drill it and fill it. So that's super awesome. I don't have to. I know that there's another channel out there. Again, I have no problem saying his name or promoting him. Backyard Bullion. He does hallmark his stuff,
right?
And he has the laser hallmark for his kilobars.
Okay, cool.
Because I beat him to it. I was able to pour my kilobar before he did, and give him some tips and suggestions. Because he's always giving me a lot of tips and suggestions, and I was always grateful.
Right.
But I told him to be really careful because these things were nasty when you poured it. Holy cow! In the future, I know what to really be careful about, and I now set up extra safety precautions. But without further ado, I want to show you what's more valuable than a kilo bar of silver.
Let's see. Let's see. Eggnog.
Dude, well, in the UK, okay, and it's funny because they have to put these stupid stickers on for the UK law. They stopped this a couple of
Huh.
years ago, and they used to come in a big tin that you had to actually pop, using not a
Like the
can
old
opener.
style can openers.
Yeah, well, yeah, the point. Okay, so
Yeah.
so they stopped that, and I was like, damn. So last year we ended up making our own, and we got it through a Ben and Jerry's recipe on how to make ice cream, and then we thinned it down after we were going to make ice cream, and I tried it. I was like, oh, that's eggnog, but it's super sweet. So just added a bunch more double cream and full fat milk and thinned it out, and it was lovely. It's perfect. But they've come out with this. So I bought two of these, but here is 32 fluid ounces, okay, which is a quart.
Right.
Now, the bit that's funny is this here cost me 10 pounds, so equivalent to about $16.
Jesus.
So I love eggnog. Can you tell?
You better love eggnog for that price. See, that's one thing
Yep.
that when I was a kid, we had, of course, I don't want to say I grew up poor, but I grew up in the, I guess you would call it lower class. And we always scrounged for everything. I mean, I remember my grandmother telling me that when she was younger for Christmas, she was happy if she got a piece of slate because, she could draw with it. She could do all kinds of things. And it just goes to show you the difference in time. But I tried eggnog one time when I was a kid, and I was only probably about 8 or 9 years old. And it wasn't in an eggnog container. I thought it was milk. And I drank it.
No.
Oh
No,
my
no, no,
God,
no.
that taste was horrible. And that ruined me for eggnog.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny Ray, how you doing, man?
What's up, Johnny Ray? How you doing?
Oh, God, yeah. If you would have gulped it like milk, that would have been nasty. And if it was
Yeah, it
alcoholic
was.
as well, wow.
And I think it was at one of my father's. My father is a biker, big time biker.
Okay, so yeah, it would have been alcoholic, let's
Oh
be
yeah,
honest.
I didn't. He was like, "How'd you like the milk?" I was like, "It's not milk, Dad. Something's wrong with it. I think it's bad."
Yep.
But yeah, it was super cool to be able to, the things you think about normally throughout a day as an adult. You sit there and you're like, the things that can pop up into your memories. Like, I don't have many memories from when I was a kid, besides when I ever break bones or injure myself somehow, or stuff like that. But to think back about it now, that was pretty funny. I'm sure you had a good laugh about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you were a kid, question, okay? Did you drink out of a garden hose?
Yes, of course.
All right, so you're still breathing.
Yes.
You haven't had some kind of horrible disease or anything. So okay, right. So, but nowadays, oh my God, it's like a horrific sin.
Exactly. I mean, you got to
Uh,
figure, when we were kids, like my mother could whistle, and she could still whistle to this day. She's in North Carolina. I'm in Florida. I'd probably still hear her. But my friends would come and, we were playing hide and seek or release, or if I was at a friend's house, my friends could hear her whistle and they'd give me the heads up. Okay, you have 2 minutes before your son comes to start looking for you.
yep.
It's just the things that we did as kids. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have
No.
remote controls, and I remember when my grandmother passed away back in, I think it was 98 or 99, she still had a pulse phone, like a home phone
Yep.
that had the pulse sound, like,
Yeah. So you had to rotate it. I mean, it was. Yeah.
But now the kids are spoiled. I mean, and like we all said, we've always wanted our kids to have stuff better than what we had. But I think a lot of the problems that go on today with the younger generation is they all feel that they're entitled to everything. Like I'm 15 now. I need to have a car. Well, get a job.
Well,
You-
see, you nailed a point, and I think here's the other thing. I think part of it as well is parents. I'm a father with a teenager and then and an 11-year-old as well, and so one's 14, one's 11, and my oldest son, he has now held a job for almost 3 years. He's been a
That's
paper
awesome.
boy. Yeah, he's been a paper boy. He puts money in a savings. He puts this is part of his, the money that he gets weekly. So he puts money in his savings. Of course, I continually, I give him an allowance, but the majority of it is in a savings account. So they have some spending money, and they're free to do whatever they want with that money. But I mean, it's the same way you and I were brought up. If you do chores, you get money.
Right.
That's okay. So, and there's certain things we expect. But so my eldest son, for instance, he's been going around doing this paperoo, rain and shine. He's never missed a day. He's even, done the weekend papers because how it's set up over here is that you get, Monday to Friday. So that's one round, if you like. And then you have a Saturday and Sunday, which is separate, which pays the same as Monday to Friday, but it's a lot bigger.
Right.
So the papers are obviously much bigger. There's more things, more magazines. You have to make more trips. It kind of balances out, believe it or not. Apart from the days of rain and that kind of
Right.
rubbish.
Imagine that rain over there.
To be fair, usually first thing in the morning it's fine. I don't know why, but it seems to just want to rain during the afternoon. Yeah, it's horrendous. It's raining now as we speak. Uh, but so yeah, as I said, he saves up. So he puts money into his savings. He puts money into his spending. So he looks forward to certain things. And there was a fair that came to town earlier this year after the pandemic and all that. And he had saved up over £200. So just over $320, $340 worth. In a year he did that. And he wanted to spend it. Well, he didn't spend anywhere near it. He also has a debit card now, where the money goes and gets put onto his card. And again, he still doesn't spend the money.
But see, that's one thing that's great about having stuff like kids and stuff like that. Like I have a 23-year-old, a 23, 17, and 13. And they all live with or the two youngest ones live with their mother in Georgia. And the oldest one, he works I believe he's a roofer and he lives in Texas. And the oldest one lived with me for probably about 7 months here in Florida. And when he lived with me, he would say, well, if I do my homework this week and if I get it all done on time, then can you get me a new PlayStation game? I'm like, what? So you want me to reward you for doing what you're supposed to do? He was like, well, yeah, isn't that the way it works? I'm like, no, that's not how it works. I mean, I appreciate you doing your job, doing what you're supposed to do, but this is your life that you're living. And whenever he would get money, he would want to spend it automatically. Well, come Christmas time, he wanted I think it was a Madden game, and he wanted a special bag of Doritos that you can get a certain player or whatever it was. And he was like, well, Dad, this is what I want for Christmas. And I ended up getting him a whole bunch of stuff along with that. And he was like, well, I already got the bag of chips, so why did you get me this? it was like the ungratefulness of it. And it's just, I wish we could have our children see what it was like when we were kids, so they would expect and respect money more nowadays,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
but
hey,
my boys,
hey, Rob Six, how are you guys?
but my youngest ones, my two younger ones, they love this stuff right here, the silver.
Yep.
they
Oh,
they
my,
got into the coin collecting. I took them to a coin shop down here in Florida when they came to visit me this year. I took them to a coin shop, and I think each of them had $100. I said, "You can buy whatever you want." And my youngest one, he's a stickler. He doesn't like to spend his money at all. And
yep.
my middle child, he went and bought a off-struck penny, like a off-center penny, and he
Yep.
bought a couple other coins that are things that he'll never be able to spend, but it's the thought of he's going to start collecting. So I have a book of Kennedys from the beginning all the way up until now, actually up until I think 2019. But for each of them, whenever I'm not here anymore, I have a book of walkers for them. I have, collected a nice amount of coins for whenever I'm gone, something for them to continue with.
Yeah.
But
And
they
that's,
all want one of these. They all want cyclonic silver round. And my youngest one, he was like, "Dad, can you make me 100-ounce one?"
yeah, it's one of those things. My boys love it as well. Reg, by the way, that's super cool. If you can get Aiden to help out, man, that would be wicked. Because Reg just wrote that his son wants to help him mine gold.
Oh, that's cool.
The gold ore. Yeah, I mean, my boys love silver and gold, and they actually buy it, but they buy it through the bank of dad, or the bullion dealer of dad. So they essentially get anything that I have duplicates of. They get it at spot price. I know that's like really bad, but it. So they get a pick whatever they want.
Right.
And yeah, so that's cool. It's like
Well,
whatever.
and that's the cool thing, is to have a reward for, to see that your money is actually going to something, not going out and buying a bag of candy. You know what I mean? This is something that they can have for their lifetime,
Mm.
and it makes them respect it more because they earned it.
Yep. I'm
It's
just
just, I love the different. I'm not really into foreign coins that much, but English coins I like because of different, like the 50p, the
like what I'm showing now.
yeah, like the pences. Like I think that was
Oh yeah.
New Zealand or Australia that has pences.
Oh, we do as well.
Okay, you do as well. See,
Yeah, one pence.
I don't really grasp the concept of what a pence is,
It's a penny.
but
It's just a different way of saying it, like sub hoagie grinder.
okay.
So yeah, it's a pence. I have no idea why.
But I wasn't sure if it was a different denomination, like 6 pence is more than 3 pence.
Well, sixpence is old money, and
Okay.
all of that stuff is out. I mean, we do, a pence, 5p, essentially a nickel, 10 pence, a dime. We don't have anything for a quarter, but we do have the 50 pence, and then we got a pound, which is a dollar.
Right.
Yeah, like if you want to compare it, and then of course we have the 2 pound, which would be like having the $2 bill. So,
Oh, cool. Okay.
and then
See, this is
after
what I
that,
mean. I
everything's
learn stuff all the
banknotes.
time.
Yeah, that's right. Everything else is banknotes, and it's just a lot of fun and really cool.
I went to Sandy and I went to France in 2020. Or yeah, was it last year? Maybe the year before. Anyway, when we went to France, it was it was super cool because we flew into London, and then when we were flying back, we flew into Heathrow, and I was actually able to go with Sandy to get our money switched over, and it was so cool to see her hand them American money, and for us to get English money.
Yep.
And then the bills over there. I really wish that our mint would do something artistic like you guys do with your bills. You know, the colorful and it just feels so much different.
Well, it is. I mean, we have, to be fair, it's one of those new systems as well where they're environmentally friendly, which I know most people actually wouldn't even consider. And they also have a ton of security features on them.
Right.
So counterfeiting wise, I mean, they're really good. I mean, including everything down to, like the £1 and £2 and stuff like that. I mean, they're constantly improving on that kind of design, which is just really, really awesome. Steve, looking for coins. Good morning, good afternoon.
How you doing, Steve? Looking for coins?
Sorry, Reg corrected me. We do have a 20p coin. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that. we don't have a quarter. We have a 20p coin. Reg is 100% correct. I feel like a right numpty. So, I mean, you can see a denomination here. There's a £5 coin. This is not a circulated type of coin that goes around. It's more, a commemoration type thing. So,
right.
You can't walk in the bank and cash that in. So, the 50.
Well, it's just like the American Silver Eagle. It's a $1 coin, but you're not going to walk in and buy a bag of chips with a Silver Eagle. I mean,
no.
The cashier would be happy, but
Yeah. Well, I don't think anyone would actually take this. There's been some kind of recent government or whatever where the mint said, no, we're just going to put, which you'll see some of these here as quote commemorative coins, and they have no real value.
Oh, okay.
But I think someone actually has just won another case where they paid for stuff with commemorative coins and actually did win. So, yeah. But I mean, seriously, who the heck would? There's an RAF Spitfire, coin here, which is apparently a £2 coin. No one's going to be spending that.
Right.
Well, for the £5 coin, I mean, someone would know the difference for this. I mean, there's no coin this size in circulation. So,
well, see, I mean, I look back, like I said, a lot of my collection of coins is the older stuff. Now, I look back and I have some Seat of Liberty half dimes and stuff like that. And I could just imagine when, back in those days, having a pocket full of change and having tons and tons of different denominations on what the value was, because I mean, you got to figure a half dime is smaller than a penny. And just hang on one second.
No worries. By the way, if anyone's watching, well, I say if anyone's watching, for all those watching, I have 4 Ace Bullion hats that, quite frankly, if you want one, just pay a little bit plus postage. If one could be yours. I'm going to be giving those away because I need to clear out inventory. Got a few masks. I know that may be contentious, contemporary. However, you could use them in your workshop. Again, and then I got some T-shirts here. I got some. Well, I think I got 3 XLs and 1 double XL. So, yeah, that's. I'm not going to try to unfold them, but they all are there. So I just thought I'd show you guys that because, quite frankly, I'm not quite sure what to do with them. I said no more mouse. I'm coming down with mouse. It's insane.
Look at that. Oh, man. Got that. Sorry, I'm back.
That's all right. I was just saying because I'm trying to clear out some inventory. So I got lots of swag here. I got several of these XL t-shirts, a whole buttload of masks.
Right.
I got 4 of these Ace Bullion caps, which sadly they messed up with. I say they messed up with. SMAC messed up with. He put .uk.co, but you can pull out the
Oh.
stitching. Yeah, well, I own both domains, but if you type that in, it's not going to bring up anything. But
I
yeah,
like all of them.
so
I,
essentially, I mean,
do you have any double XL shirts?
I have one double XL. Yeah, these were made in America, by the way. Then they're not cheap shirts either. They're jerseys.
Right.
So dry powder. This one's
Yeah, I know SMAC. He does actually good work. He's and like my shirt, I have one shirt that has the cyclonic silver on it, that has my logo
right.
on it,
Yep.
and my Oz art.
Oh
He
yeah, of course.
does
Yeah.
he does all my artwork for me. I'm an artist, but yet I do abstract art. So anytime I need something done a certain way, I send it off to him. Just like you send your stuff to SMAC. I get Oz to do mine because Oz and I have bounced art ideas off of each other, and I love how he works. Just like SMAC does his great work, Oz Art does his.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
I mean,
and he's like a brother. I swear to God, him and I have to be like long lost brothers because both of our eyes are wonky. We're both goofy as heck, and we're both artists.
yep.
By the way, that's a truck going down my road. That's not my stomach.
Oh, I hope not. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I might just stick these up on the website for something stupid. I don't know. I need to basically get rid of them. But I mean, I think to be fair, if you're looking for one of those in XL on SMAP's web store, he has them all along with CoinOps and a few other people's. I got hoodies, I got t-shirts, I got a bunch of stuff. Um, they're all there. This is the stock that I have here in England. So
Cool.
you
Well, you know what? If I will have to check in, see if I can get his web store, and maybe I'll send you one over and have you sign it for me.
I'd be more than happy, but
That would be awesome to have. And it's something that a lot of the stuff that I get, like I guess you would call it quote unquote swag that I have from my followers and stuff like that I get. A lot of this stuff I have presented in a room. So it's something that it would be cool. It would be a cool addition to my collection.
oh,
Just
dude,
like
that'd be cool.
that little kilo bar right there would be so cool.
Well, it's not little. See, the kilo bars. Here's
Yeah,
what
I
I
know.
tell people is, one, you can, and this really helps with a lot of my American friends, is one, if I'm going to make you a kilo, a 10-ounce bar, or whatever, you can either have me, pay the price, obviously, to buy it and, a tiny premium on it, or you could send me the silver. I could charge you the tiny premium and ship it back to you.
Right.
Now,
Well,
so if you've got milky silver that looks like, well, I don't know, you dropped it, scratched up to, basically it's just generic pieces of rubbish,
right.
a silver. Because I only work with pure bullion anyway.
Right.
Then yeah, no problem. So if
That
they
would
just
be
ship it
really cool.
over,
That's something that, because I have, just say my silver here, the stuff that I pour, the stuff that I poured already. I have, I think, I poured 42 ounces so far, and I've sold some, but I
hmm,
haven't sold much. So, I'm the same way you are. The silver that I pour has to be at least 3 nines fine. No, there's not a
Yeah.
difference. I wouldn't charge a difference in price, just like I'm sure that nobody would charge a difference between 3.9s and 4.9s.
No, I
But
mean, well, it's absolutely pointless because most of the 3.9s are actually 4.9s.
yeah,
And with a small interruption, if ever you wanted to, and you wanted to prove to people that, look, your stuff is legit, get it sent over to me, get something that you made sent over to me. I'll send it off with my stuff to be assayed. Yeah. The problem is you're going to have an ace Boolean assay on it, but with your stamp, your work,
right, right.
at least it'll prove you made it. It's been assayed. So it's not, because there's a few people I actually receive stuff from, and it wouldn't pass at all. In fact, yeah, just no. But the other thing I was going to tell you is get yourself on the Precious Metal forum, man.
And that's, every time I come onto your stream or I watch one of your videos, I do hear you talk about the precious metal forum. And every time I go to think about it, something else comes up. So now that I have you here, I'm actually going to do it today.
Well, there you go. That's going to be nice because if you go on the forum, it's free. And there is another forum out there that's been established for a very long time. Again, I have no problem telling you guys this. It's called the Silver Forum.
Right.
Now, the Silver Forum, I was a member of for a very long time, and then I got banned. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, "Why was I banned?" And it was because I was classed as a dealer. Well, I'm not a dealer. I I didn't list stuff for sale on there.
Right.
And I only put my videos up, which were coin reviews or me pouring silver. So, it was kind of odd. So I got banned, and it left me with a bitter taste in my mouth, which essentially I thought, well, let me start up another forum. So I did the first one, and then I realized how much that was going to cost. And I was looking at a monthly bill of about £300, so close to $500.
Wow.
Now, this one here is significantly less, thankfully. So I am paying for all of this, and I'm happy to because, well, it means I can let people come in, do their stuff, advertise, put their videos up, all for free. There's no adverts once you sign in. If you look at it, you're going to see adverts come up, and it's kind of crapped out, but I can't do anything about that.
You got to have adverts. I mean, that helps.
Well, I took away the adverts because I don't want it to detract from kind of a sterile, environment where it's not going to clutter up your screen.
Right. Right.
Stupidly as well, and well, nicely but stupidly, I also done a PWA or progressive web application for the forum, so you could look at it on your mobile phone, with ease.
Right.
But some of the features are not available. So because it just will not work, it'll eat up too much data. However, you can switch it from, mobile phone mode to desktop mode, and then switch it back again.
Okay. Cool.
You just have to, like do the whole zoom in, zoom out,
right,
that kind of thing.
Because that's what I'm primarily myself. Normally on my cell phone, I have a laptop and, of course, a desktop that I can go on. But normally, whenever I come on to YouTube or any website, I'm normally on the mobile version. And I believe a laptop will bring up the mobile version also.
It does and it doesn't. I fixed it, so
Okay.
it's because we had, believe it or not, that was one of the teething issues that I had. It was more tablet. The laptop, if it's a genuine laptop, it won't.
Right.
If it's a tablet, it will.
Yeah, because I have on my you know Sandy, my wife.
Mm-hmm.
She's got me into all these Apple products. Like I have an iPhone, I have an iMac computer, I have the whatever their tablet or notebook is called. It's great. I'd much rather have a PC.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, happy wife, happy life. And by the
Well,
way, who was it? Reg, thank you for putting that up. I did screenshot um, the link for the precious metal forums. That's awesome.
well, it's the preciousmetalforum.com. I
Right.
bought the domain, and I bought the SSL, security certificates. And, I mean, I know it's going to be slow growing. Every forum is a bit slow, but here's the other reason. You're on Facebook,
Right.
you're on Instagram, I believe. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you're on
Right.
Instagram.
Yes.
Don't know if you're on Twitter, quite frankly, but I'm on
No,
Twitter.
I can't do Twitter just because I don't like the word tweet. For some reason,
Oh, fair. No, 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 that's cool. That's cool. So, I mean, and there's a bunch more. I mean, there's Discord as well. I mean, God, there's a whole bunch.
I mean, I'm
Now,
even on TikTok now.
oh dear God. Um, but
Well, you know how goofy I am.
yeah, here's the problem with all of those is that you can post something and it'll be lost. So it'll get lost in a matter of minutes.
Right.
Whereas, like on a forum, even if it's a really busy forum, you can still have the ability to check. People can look at what they've missed easily. There's just a lot there. You could also, like, on the forum that I created, and I say I created, it's really the members that are fully behind this, because they're the ones who make all the changes. Tell me what they want, I make it happen. And I mean, you could just put for sale signs up, wanted. In fact, recently we incorporated crypto into it because a lot of people are into that, and I'm doing an experiment on it anyway. So that's for another
I
day.
mean, it helps you out too, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's all free for everyone to use, and I don't mind paying for it as long as people are happy and are enjoying themselves.
Right.
Um,
Right.
we got free monthly giveaways.
Well, that's
Now,
cool.
yeah, I mean, we've just completed the second giveaway. So the first one was an ounce of silver that Warren or Lighty Collects had won. He was in the UK. Second one was, and it was picked at random, by the way. The prize was a 10th ounce of platinum.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, he didn't get the booby prize. There's booby prizes in there as well. He's in Ireland of someplace there. So I mean, I'd ship that. And of course, we got this month. At the end of this month, we're going to be wrapping it up, and I'll be doing the live draw again. So it's all transparent, it's open, it's honest. People can see their names, being folded up, put it into a jar or whatever, and then all the names get pulled out, and they know, it's
Right.
been
So
all
it's
about
not
four.
right. So it's not just one person picking a name and no one knowing, where the other names are.
Yeah, or computer generated, where I mean, I can code in a lot of these things. I can code in a wheel, I can code in a race, and I can make it so X amount of person will win, or on every third race, X person wins. So I mean, it's like you can
Well,
spin the wheel or whatever 3 times or 2 times, and hey, bingo.
I'd like to do something for you, John. And I know it's the Precious Metals Forum, but if you think it would be a nice giveaway, I like to send one of my art pieces over, one of my records over for you to do as a
Wow.
giveaway on there.
Yeah, that would be welcome, and we take in. I mean, because all the prizes at the moment now have actually been donated by members. So
Okay.
I have them all bagged up and everything else. If you want to do that, shoot me an email. I'll shoot you my address. You're more than welcome. I'd be showing it off. You'll be seeing it. So everyone will be watching and knowing what it's all about. Dude, that'll be awesome. I can't say thank you enough for that. Someone's going to be lucky, and it's not going to be me.
I followed you for a long time. I mean, I've been a follower of yours probably since the second week I was on YouTube. So I followed you forever, and I know you don't have one of my pieces yet, so there might be two of them coming to you. So,
Well, as another member already found out, if you put two pieces in, and I know that it's for a giveaway, those two pieces will end up in the giveaway, unless there's something that says,
no,
"Look,
one will
you
go for
know,
you, and one will go for a giveaway. I'd
no,
like to send you one.
well, dude, that'll be awesome. I
Cool,
would,
cool,
I'd be honored.
good deal.
And you've seen my collection from around the world.
Right,
And I don't have one of yours. In fact, I mean, one of the things is there's so many new pours out there as well, and I want to really encourage them. I'm still not, perfect by any aspect, but I'm trying new skills, like the lost wax casting.
right.
That stuff is hard freaking work.
You know what?
Um,
With me just getting into pouring, and sorry to interrupt you, but with me
no, no,
just
no.
getting into pouring into the graphite molds is fun for me, but I can only do so much with that mold. You know what I mean? So I was
Absolutely.
thinking about getting into the sand casting,
Yep.
but yes, I know I live in Florida and I live by the beach, but I cannot stand the feeling of sand. It drives me crazy.
All right, let me stop you there because I've been to Florida loads of times, so I know what the sand feels like. The Delft is it's called sand casting, but it's Delft clay,
Right, right.
or you have Petrobon. I mean, so you get one or the other. Now, it doesn't feel like sand. In
Okay, okay.
fact, you're going to need a very fine strainer. In fact, I'll do a video next week on Monday anyway, because I'm going to be out in the workshop, hopefully, fingers crossed, where I'm going to be doing some sound casting as well.
Cool.
I've already started some, but uh, essentially, you need to have like a really fine powder initially to go over it. I kind of overkill it. And then you just pack it in. And it's like playing with Play-Doh in a lot of ways, where you could do that. In fact, actually, Play-Doh you can sandcast with, or
Oh wow.
have an
How
open
about
mold
that?
casting.
That's cool. I think I've seen a video where someone was doing the I think it's called kinetic sand.
Oh yeah, yeah, you could do that. Expensive though.
Yeah, I bet. But yeah, I just and that's why like the everyone has bars and rounds and stuff like that that they make, and with sand casting you could do so much more. But that's the textures that I'm getting. I don't want to say exactly where I got it, but I mean you could find it anywhere. But I'm using for glass blowing.
Yep.
And whenever you texture glass, like molten glass,
Mhm.
these are the same kind of textures they use. And I
Yeah.
thought it was something completely different. That's why, because I like having the shiny pieces, but yet I also like having the textured pieces. And
Yep.
instead of me sitting there hammering constantly, I can get different textures using these different texture molds that were available. Now, the
Mm.
gentleman that I was getting mine off of from Etsy, he no longer makes them. So
Yep.
I have, I think, 6 different textures that I can use. And now I have to go find a new place to get textures, which is, it's one of those things where you find something you like and then you go to use it again and it's not there. This is
Yep.
what normally happens.
Well, do me a favor. I mean, shoot me an email through Ace Folian.
Hmm.
That way, one, it protects you because everything that you say in there is confidential.
Right,
And I can't break any of those rules, and nor would I, for the record.
right.
If you need help finding something, I can also have a good look for you. Mention it in there, and I'll only use it in there. You know me, I refuse to copy anybody. I hate copying people.
Right.
Um, you know, that was one of those huge debates. I think I said it on Tuesday last week where I kind of got into it about trademark and copyrights and the fact I had to get lawyers involved at one stage. And I thought, Jesus, this is ridiculous.
Right.
Um, but I mean, trademarks and all sorts of stuff are a whole separate matter. I mean, when you're doing art, I get it. People can replicate it. And I've kind of gotten over the replication side of things. I still hate when people do it, but I think, well, forget it. I'll just move on and do my next thing and then go from there. But I definitely never copy anybody. I just, no.
Right. And that's that's what Sandy and I have run into with her, with some of the stuff that she's doing. Like, she's making these bracelets now out of old English plates. She has a thing called a ring saw.
Yeah.
And she cuts different shapes out and makes them and puts them on Etsy.
Yep.
Well, 2 weeks after her putting her first one up on Etsy, somebody else came through and started showing the same exact thing. Now, granted, Sandy's probably not the first one to ever think of this, but it was, it was our little unique thing in our shop that we had. And she also shared it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And, you shouldn't, there's so many ideas out there that people have, but there's a fine line between copying someone and adding your own ideas to it.
Yeah.
And that's one of her followers. I think her name, she goes by Biscuits and Gravy or something like that. She does molds for epoxy resin.
Yep.
And Sandy's really big into epoxy. Well, this person that made the molds start getting someone making the same exact molds out of her molds and start selling them, like start undercutting this person. And it was just, and I'm right there with you. I'd so much rather come out with something. Look at that. See, and that right there, the cat on the moon with the tail hanging down, Sandy made that out of silver clay. And
I took this right here, and there was a moon. Well, it wasn't even a moon. It was a circle that I ended up doing. And this is a tiny cat. That all I found was a cat picture that I had to make into a 3D model. So I took a circle and then another circle to make the moon, which is why it's a bit lopsided. And this is resin printed, which I'm about to be making a mold out of. I've done this, I don't know how many, 8-9 months ago I made this. And I still haven't made it into the mold yet. I've shown it on here a few times.
That's super cool. That's what someone had contacted Sandy and wanted her make a custom silver piece out of the silver clay she uses. Her silver is 3/9 fine, but have you ever heard of silver clay before?
Yeah, PMC3 and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've used it. I've given it away because, quite frankly, I found it disgusting.
Yeah.
So you have to heat it up just at the right temperature, and otherwise it just goes badang into your lump. So yeah.
Well, she made her a necklace like that, and it was really cool. And then she had like 3 more orders afterwards. Well, the first lady decided to message Sandy and say, I didn't know this, but Sandy puts a 925, a sterling jump ring on it. Well, the lady was apparently allergic to the 925. And so Sandy had to refund her the price for the piece, but the lady still wanted it. So Sandy had to figure out a way to make a 3/9 fine jump ring that can go and coincide with the piece, but not take away from the piece.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, you get yourself some silver wire, and then bending it, and you can make a jump ring like that very easily.
Right, but she doesn't like to do stuff like that. She likes to do it the hard way.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have to speak to Sandy about this because honestly, it's ridiculous. There's a number of freaking things that she does, and they're amazing. They're beautiful. But there's some things it's just like, no, please. I mean, I think she would love the Lost Wax casting side because, I'll have to speak to you about that in private because
Right,
I don't want
right,
to give away too much.
right.
There's a huge thing on it, and I mean, it's taken me over a year and a half to learn what I know so far. And I'm still not done because, in fact, one of my viewers, I got a surprise package. It must be about a month ago now. I haven't shown it yet. And it's a big package, bigger, well, it's probably as big as my table in
Oh
front of
wow.
me. And well, I'm going to say what it is, but I'm not going to tell it or show it off yet because it's not here. Um, they bought me a sandblasting cabinet.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
there was a no wow moment as well. And brand new, got delivered. I was blown out of my mind. And then essentially, we've built up the vortex vacuum suction machine. We're basically going to scrap how the inside works and put a different hose on for longer reach. We're also going to put in a blower so that I can blow off the pieces, and have a full vacuum system, which it really wasn't designed for,
Right.
but it makes it safer. And I bought a giant box of these glass beads, so it is crazy. And the reason for that is when I'm doing the Lost Wax casting, you'll see a huge film of investment, or basically it's kind of like a plaster, but it cements itself to the concrete like cement. To the silver like cement. So I mean, trying to get it off is freaking a pain. But with a sandblaster, absolutely dead easy, and again, no contamination.
That would be
So
super cool. There's she's Sandy's into so much stuff. I mean, it it kills me that she's on YouTube, she's on Instagram and stuff like that. And I mean, she originally by trade, she's been a photographer for since she was 16.
wow,
And so she did her photography. And then whenever her and I met, I was never into artwork. To give you a backstory a little bit on me with my how I came into doing artwork. My first piece is I had knee surgery and I wasn't able to work, and I was so bored at the house. She went out and bought me a little acrylic paint set and bought me a couple canvases, and that's how I started on my artwork. I've never had a art class a day in my life, and then I got in from that. I got into doing the records, and then I got into wood burning, and then my very first coin I ever had was my grandmother had given me a 1890 Morgan silver dollar. And this thing, I couldn't tell you what the mint mark was because I was like 13 when I got it. Well, my brother moved in with me and ended up stealing the thing.
I remember you saying about this actually.
And I would never get that one back. But the first coin that I bought whenever I started collecting was an 1890 Morgan silver dollar. And then I just started reading up on coins, and like I said, I joined YouTube, and I was like, wow, I found it so fascinating. So Sandy got into coins and remembered that her father had remember the old English pennies, the
Yeah,
like from the 17 and 1800s.
yeah, I
He's
have plenty of them.
he started her 3 books on those, and she figured, I'm going to surprise my dad for Christmas. I'm going to show him that I was able to that I'm continuing to collect these. And so this is how both of us got into the a little bit more of the collecting. and she found one of the pennies. It was oh my goodness, I think it was normally like a $600 penny that
Wow.
she managed to grab on eBay at 3 o'clock in the morning from an auction. She managed to grab it for $3.
Well done.
And she was so like, she woke me up. And she was like, look what I got. I was like, yeah, it's a penny. She was like, no, you don't understand. And then she showed me. I was like, wow, great job, But, her and I bounce ideas off of each other all the time. And when she seen me starting to work with resin, she got interested in it. So I showed her how to do resin. Now she does resin way better than what I do. I mean, she has a lamp that she made that it looks like the beach on the bottom. It has the water, the sand, ships and stuff in it, and it's an actual lamp. And it's super cool. But this is how now I'm going to introduce them. I'm going to tell her about the wax casting, and that'll be something else that she gets into. She already has like 3/4 of the garage, so thanks, Ace.
No. Just interrupt. Eminem, first off, he said this a little while ago, which I didn't want to interrupt you. He says that he uses his phone, by the way, for the forum, and
Okay.
he's telling me to use rubber gloves. But this is resin, by the way. I was just showing it off as you were speaking. I'm not showing what the design is because obviously that's a secret, and it's one of a big set that I'm doing. So yeah.
Yeah, and Eminem, with all my pieces, I have them in a bag because of the shine that I put on them. So this piece that I'm touching, my cyclonic round here, this has not gone anywhere yet. And as you can tell, it's not as shiny as on my other pieces. So
Look at all the fingerprints.
but yeah, I really enjoy, and that's the one thing about silver casting and silver working at all. I can't do anything wrong with it. It seems it's all fun to me. But see, Ace, you're doing that, and when I'm off here, the pieces that I had today, or the pieces that I showed, I'm going to actually go and clean them again, just because.
I have to every time I touch it.
Yes.
I am. I don't get paid by these. I don't sponsor these guys. I will tell you what, though, this here is the best freaking thing since, well, hot tamales, really. I mean, yeah, Goddard's long-term silver polish is freaking amazing.
It is. We actually, Sandy, with her pieces that she sells on Etsy, she sends out a little, I think it's a 2x2 piece of that cloth with every piece that she sends out.
Yeah, same with Manahune as well. He does the same.
Yeah. Manahune, and I talked to him because as a new pourer, as someone taking on this type of a hobby, I guess you would say, besides collecting, but as a new pourer and making my own stuff, I had a conversation with Manahune on Instagram, and we were messaging back and forth, and I told him, it was probably about a month and a half into my pouring. It's only been 3 months, but I was getting discouraged because my stuff wasn't selling. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Is there too much competition out there? Am I charging wrong prices? He said the best part of advice he gave me was, if you're making it to sell, you're in it for the wrong reason.
Yep.
He said, if you're making it because you like doing it and it happens to sell, by all means, that's great. He said, but if you are making it just for the pure fact of, look, I'm going to sell this, he said, you're in it for the wrong reason. He said, make it because you like it. Don't worry about people buying it.
Yep.
And it honestly, it did. It took me a long time. It meant I look up to Manahune. I mean, the pieces that he gets, the like the anatomical pieces, like the bodies with the heads moving and the I mean, he made Sandy a camera that has a tripod or a tripod, and
Yep.
you know the camera moves, and it looks like you can take a picture with it. It's his art form is completely different and leagues out of where I'm at. But like I said, I look up to him and I value his opinion just like anyone's opinion. It's all about the learning process, and that really set me down at ease because I was beating myself up. I was like, the prices that I'm charging, just say for example, this 1 ounce piece right here, this little pocket piece. Nice. Is that a Minnesota piece?
Of course it is.
Of course. But I mean, you can see it's $48 for that.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I was like, well, am I charging way too much? Is that outrageous? And then I sat there and thought about what goes into it. And like I said, the cleaning on each one of my pieces, I spend at least 4 hours cleaning each piece.
Yeah.
And so I don't think $48 is too much,
No, I don't. I mean, how many ounces was it?
1.02.
Okay, so 48. Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, which is totally different, because of course I have to be competitive to the American market.
Right.
But then of course I have to also still abide by the laws and pay an extortionate fee of I got 50 pounds in total from the Royal Mail that I have to pay just to ship my stuff back and forth to the assay office. Then of course I pay the assay prices with tax. I pay tax on all the silver and all this. I think I work mine out to about 30 odd pounds, so 30 pounds or something, which is about 40 US dollars worth per ounce.
Right.
And that is still significantly cheaper than a lot of the competitors. But at the same time, I'm not really, well, yeah, I'm not gaining anything on it. That's the thing. I mean,
Right.
if I wanted to gain it, then I could be at the competitor's price. I do it as a hobby. This is something I enjoy. I love doing. You know, so I don't look at it on the financial side. As long as I'm not hemorrhaging money, I don't
Right.
care.
Right. And that's where I'm at with it, because right now I know you probably don't know this, but I work for Amazon, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, I've worked for them for about 2 years now. And about a year ago, right before COVID hit, I start passing out at work.
Ooh,
And then I find out I have something called POTS syndrome.
right.
And pretty much my heart rate, my resting heart rate should be between 70 and 90. My resting heart rate is anywhere from 105 to 135. And my blood pressure, like whenever I'm sitting down, everyone's blood goes to their legs. And when you stand up, your blood goes back up through your body. Mine doesn't. So right now I'm on a short-term disability and medical leave from work. So when I got into silver pouring, I was like, okay, well, this will be a way that I can financially support myself. And then I sat there and thought about it. Like I said, after speaking with Menahune, I was like, that's the completely wrong way to think about it. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy making different things. And I don't consider myself a stacker. I still consider myself a collector. But in the same breath, it doesn't matter what I make out of my silver. It's still that silver weight that I have.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I mean, I'm a stacker, I'm a collector, I'm a prepper. I mean, you can call me all sorts of things, whatever you like. But at the end of the day, I got lots of lovely silver. I make, art out of some of it that otherwise would have, lost its value.
Right.
Some of the art I have lost value because they're messed up, but oh well, so what? I enjoy it, and that is something that is really, really cool. And
Right.
although
And
this may not be pure, I'm just going to show it anyway.
Look at
Really
that. Good Lord. That's beautiful.
I need to really be careful handling this.
Wow. I'm just blown away at that. Wow.
It's rather old, and it's this was actually a gift as well, because of the Navy and everything else. But it's just, yeah, it's amazing, and I'm still one of the things. Once my bandsaw is up and running and working, I'll be making a stand for this.
Wow, that is super cool.
And it does have a sticker on it that
Yeah,
says
I see
East,
that. You gotta have
which is
that on
okay.
there.
I wanted that actually, so I don't care.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Silver Bushman. So, well, as much as I'm enjoying all of this, my friend, I'm actually needing to wrap this up as well. But I would really appreciate and love to catch up more and do another stream with you because honestly, it's flown by. I can't believe how fast. In fact, I've exceeded the time I was anticipating as well.
Oh, well, that's good, man. I'm happy that I was able to stop on, and I really appreciate you as an artist as well as a friend. You know, and definitely I appreciate the as. Hang on 1 second.
Mhm.
I swear, every time I do a video, either the kids come outside next door, planes fly by, or birds come and start squawking.
Well, it's the nature of the beast, really. I mean, I'm rather fortunate at the moment. I try to time my videos where I'm not going to get the RAF flying over my house, and because I'm not that far away from one of the RAF bases, and we do get, tornadoes and all sorts of freaking amazing jets and even cargo planes that seem to be that they want to fly so low. It's insane. So yeah.
Well, the one thing I have to do, and this is a must, because I am on one of your live streams, I have to do a Clinton S spin. I have to.
Oh, it's wicked.
Now you've been blessed with a Clinton S spin, and no, I'm not dizzy.
I know about it.
All right, bud. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Everyone in chat, you all have a great day. And
Definitely.
John, once again, brother, you have a great one. And shoot me an email, okay?
I will do. I mean, well, do me a favor. Just log on to Ace Bullion, my website, and you can just shoot me an email that way.
Sounds good.
Because otherwise, seriously, I've already taken meds. I've admitted that at the beginning of the stream. My head, yeah, I'm not going to remember anything in the next 10 minutes. Rob, dude, thank you so much. Yeah, definitely, guys, join the Precious Metal Forum. It's free. And don't forget about the giveaway. It's you get a chance to win 1 in 6 prizes. And there's all sorts. So you don't want to miss out. You really want to join up. And you can still meet that 30 post criteria. It's not difficult.
All right. Have a great day, man.
You too, man. Be safe and enjoy. And thank you for that Clinton spin. Everyone, man, thank you so much. You know, it was an honor and a privilege to have Clinton S on. I swear to God, it is just insane. And I'm pretty sure we can have hours and hours of conversation with, well, hopefully we can do another day. But if you want to join me next time on one of my chats, yeah, let's get into it. Let's get real. Let's have some fun. I will be doing a live stream on Monday, so look forward to seeing you all then. But for now, thank you very much for joining. And yeah, really, I'm sorry, chat, that I kind of glossed over. We did get really into a lot of conversations here. So I'm sending out a lot of love to all of you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the forum. So have fun, be safe, and well, I'm going to say wash your hands rather than what Jeep and John would say. Well, there you go. Have a wonderful day, everyone. As Clinton says, bye for now.